about? What's at stake in this election? Well, it's packed with some stuff.
You know, Sky News Australia claims that the honeymoon phase for Kamala Harris running for president is well within the past. I'd say that's an exaggeration. Why? Because she's been doing a lot of rallies and a lot of interviews all over the country recently, and each one of those events have one thing in common. Every time they happened, they showcased Kamala Harris's incompetence and stupidity more and more. And now it's gotten to a point where it's so bad, so inconceivably bad for her, that even Saturday Night Live has turned against her. You heard that right, CSO family. Saturday Night Live, a show that is notorious for being a Democrat-run puppet. We'll showcase later in this video how exactly they've turned against her, but first we're gonna go over as many of her recent gaffes as we can. There are a lot. To the point where she makes Joe Biden look like he's as sharp as a tack like the lamestream media claims. But before we begin, CSO family, make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and the notification bell down below in order to help us in continuing to expose the Democrat Party and all the others who want to destroy America. Now, we obviously know about her recent gaffe of her rejecting God himself by rejecting those who say that Jesus is Lord.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally. You meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
Followed by her going to a church for a pandering stunt, where a bunch of pro-life protesters were escorted out of the building by the police. There's also the fact that she was sitting in a lounge chair drinking beer, while the southeast of America is getting ravaged by a couple of hurricanes.
Okay, the last time I had beer was at a baseball game with Doug.
Cheers.
Cheers.
There you go.
Isn't it amazing how The View claims that Donald Trump was just doing a photo op for Hurricane Helene, while leaving out the fact that Kamala Harris was well away from the hurricane and not doing a single thing about it, along with Joe Biden claiming that everybody was happy across the board?
What do the states in the storm zone need, Mr. President?
Okay.
What do the states in the storm zone, what do they need after what you saw today?
Oh, in the storm zone?
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering what storm you're talking about. They're getting everything they need. They're very happy across the board.
Of course, we can't also forget to mention the couple of interviews that she's had between Bill Whitaker in the 60-minute interview and the fact that she could not answer a single question.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We're not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
I also didn't stress this enough in the video that we highlighted this in, but many parts of that interview were cut out of the original footage, where Kamala Harris was just rambling on for no reason.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
And of course we have this little snippet right here where she was being interviewed by Brett Baer.
Exhausted of Brett.
More than 70% of people tell the country is on the wrong track. They say the country is on the wrong track. If it's on the wrong track, that track follows 3.5 years of you being vice president and President Biden being president. That is what they're saying, 79% of them. Why are they saying that? If you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam
You
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that over the last decade,
But
people
you're the
have
lever of
become.
power.
But
And to add a cherry on top of all of it, her attempting to speak at one of her rallies without a working teleprompter.
So when we think about what's at stake in this election, well, it's packed with some stuff. It's packed with some fundamental stuff. I say rather articulately.
Yeah, for once you're actually right, Kamala Harris, there is a lot at stake in this country. That's why we cannot be voting for you, and we will not vote for you. There are plenty of other gaffes from Kamala Harris, but to be honest, we'd be here all day if we tried to showcase all of them in this video. And with everything that we showcased so far, I think you get the point. So now we go to the Saturday Night Live show that happened just a couple of weeks ago at the time of me recording this, and them doing a Family Feud skit, and in the process, completely roasting Kamala Harris as she rightfully deserved. And not just Kamala Harris, but also Joe Biden.
It's wonderful to be here, Steve. I love to see a man getting paid millions of dollars at his black job. Yeah, and it's working. My campaign has raised $1 billion.
Oh, my Lord. How are you not winning by a landslide?
Thank you, Regis. Great to be here on the crew, the family food, the food to do. Dude! Anyway, and guess what? And by the way, the show's great. I'm being serious right now.
It's so refreshing to be on a show that celebrates families, unlike the Democrats who turned our hero, the Joker, into a gay guy who's obsessed with Lady Gaga.
You look handsome tonight.
I love her. Isn't she great? She's got my vote. Name something that you keep in your glove compartment. Oh, VP Harris.
Steve, look. I was raised in a middle-class family, all right?
Oh, here we go.
A small business owner named Miss Shelton.
Okay, we got that. Something that you keep in your glove compartment.
Oh, a Glock, Steve. A big old Glock.
Damn, Maya Rudolph, she killed it playing Kamala Harris. Just, her representation of her is uncanny. And as for the guy who played Joe Biden, I was really impressed with his acting as well. He really does remind you of the dementia patient of an installed president who cannot form coherent sentences to save his own life. And yeah, I know they also made fun of J.D. Vance, Eric Trump, and Donald Trump, but they all did really good in their roles as well. But perhaps I'm getting a little off topic about my opinion with these actors. The whole point is to show you just how badly things have gotten for Kamala Harris. It's gotten to the point where just about everyone is turning against her, even puppets of the Democrat Party. And when people on your own side are turning against you, that should ring some serious alarm bells. And I really do pray that more and more people wake up and come to their senses and notice that Kamala Harris is the worst candidate to ever exist in American history. But those are personally my thoughts on this. What are all of yours? Please do let us know in the comments down below, and not only that, make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and the notification bell to help us in continuing to expose the Democrat Party even more. All that said and done, CSO family, make sure to keep observing from a common sense perspective.